I think so. I think when I look at this new generation, they don't have that work ethic, right? I mean, you know, mental toughness and being able to conquer difficult periods. And everybody has difficult periods in their life. Nobody's life is easy. We all have our set of problems, but you really have to learn how to conquer those hurdles. And, I think being in that tough, challenging, boarding school far away from home, and have to do everything by yourself certainly, instills a work ethic and mental toughness. When we were young, I mean, I worked at Arthur Treacher's Fish and Chips when I was, 15 years old, putting fish in the fire, cleaning on the fires. I painted houses, I mowed lawns, I sold dishes and silverware door to door, whatever I needed to buy a water ski or whatever I wanted. So I've always worked hard since I was young. And I think these days, the young generation, it's beneath them to work as a waiter or a bartender or, mow a lawn or, snowplow and shovel snow, which we did all of that. And, there's nothing wrong with maybe taking them and putting them in 1-year military just so they get the mental toughness and discipline, like a lot of countries do. Because I just don't think they've gone through tough times. And, we were riding bicycles in college and we were, walking through freezing cold and snow to the classes. And now these kids are driving BMWs and Mercedes, in college and,
high school.
Yeah, high school. And, we were lucky if we could afford a cheap 6-pack of beer. And now they're drinking bourbons and whiskeys and wine. So it's changed. And I think there needs to be definitely some sort of work ethic installed in the younger generation. And I think the military can help with that.
I completely agree with that. I think, this younger generation, there's a saying, hard times create strong men, right? And you've shown that in everything you've done as Rocky Patel, not only the man, but Rocky Patel, the cigar. It shows in your cigars, it shows in your lifestyle. In the 30 years you've now been in this business, but in your career, tell me a time when you really were at a point of like, oh shit, like this is...
Well, I would say that, the first 5 years, I was like, really, what am I doing? Why did I pass up a career in law where I went to school and, I was challenged